Now that we have our relative frequency and percentage frequency, let's construct a histogram. Now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna create a barebone histogram with pivot table functionality, and then I'm gonna play with some of the features of the histogram here in Excel to make it look nicer and easy to read. Now, a histogram is a graphical representation of the distribution of numerical data. To construct a histogram, first we need to divide the entire range of values into a series of intervals and then count how many values fall into each interval. To make a histogram, we are going to select the revenues because this is the numerical data here. We are going to select a single cell and then insert pivot table. We are going to select existing worksheet and we're gonna locate it here. Okay, so you see we have our two variables here. We're gonna select revenue and drag it down to rows, and you see that it gave me all the revenues in an ascending order. What we're gonna do is we're gonna select a single cell, select group. The smallest value is 9.03. We're gonna start from 0, and the largest value is 1879.06, so we're gonna end at 2000, and the interval will be 100. So click OK, and there you go. We have a group of intervals now. Now select revenue again and drag it down to values. This will give us the count of revenue. We're gonna rename it as frequency. Now select revenue again and drag it down to values, and it will give you count of revenue. Double click and then rename it as percentage frequency. Select show values as and select from the drop down menu percentage of column total. Okay, so this will give us the percentage frequency. Now how do we get a histogram from here? First of all, we just need the intervals and the percentage frequency, so we're gonna put frequency back here, and then we're gonna select these two columns, go to insert column, select one, put it here. Now we're gonna select the gray percentage frequency and hide all 5 field buttons. Now we're gonna select this percentage frequency and hide all field buttons on chart. We can get rid of that. Let's rename this percentage frequency histogram. Okay. We can get rid of the grid lines or not. Select the columns, right click, format data series, gap width, let's bring the gap width to 0, and let's give it a border. Select a color, we're selecting black. Yeah, okay. So now we have the range here, the intervals and the frequencies here, but let's put the frequencies on the top. Select the columns, add data lid. Okay, so we're gonna fill in the border. We're gonna increase the width. This is good. Now we have the range here with the intervals and the frequencies here, but let's try to put the frequencies on top of the columns. We're gonna select the columns and right click, add data labels. We have the data labels here. Let's try to format that. Format data labels. Inside end. Okay. Now let's just put them up. So there you go. Now we can delete this, and we have our histogram, and that's all for today. Thank you.